So, we haven't talked about Transformers for quite some time on the channel, mainly because there hasn't been anything to talk about when it comes to Transformers and the live action universe. The last details we got about a potential Transformers movie was a Bumblebee sequel, which would indeed feature Optimus Prime in a buddy role. Apart from that, detail has been few and far between. Now that was until a couple of days ago where rumours began to surface around the potential villain that would indeed step up against Bumblebee and Optimus Prime as part of this buddy movie. And it's the usual suspect. Yep, he's had a couple of goes in the past and he wants to have another crack, because the rumour is that Megatron will be a part of this rebooted Transformers live action universe, which continues on from Bumblebee the movie, and he will be the main villain to step up and take on Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. So that is the rumour, that Megatron will be the major villain to take on Bee and Optimus Prime in this buddy movie, which will continue on the story from Bumblebee. That's pretty interesting. I've seen you guys commenting on my YouTube videos asking me if I had indeed heard about this rumour. Well, I have. I've also seen the silhouette as well, which shows Bee next to Optimus Prime, and then a silhouette of a Decepticon, which definitely does look like Megatron. But there's not too much information about that silhouette at the moment. It looks like it's coming from a Bumblebee figure line, but that's about it. Now, all of this got me very interested to do a bit of searching online to see if there was any other information out there about the up and coming Transformers live action universe and how it will continue on from Bumblebee. And I came across a very interesting article, and it is from we'vegotthiscovered.com, and they actually covered the detail around Megatron as well. So I'm going to read you the extract from this article. I have linked it in the description box below. It is interesting considering this Transformers history in the past in the live action universe under Michael Bay. So let me read you this right now. Over the weekend, WGTC told you that the soft reboot will take place in the 1980s and follow on from Bumblebee, with Michael Bay's movies set to be ignored. We also said that Megatron would be the villain, which is still the case, but now we're hearing from our sources, the same ones that said a Scream reboot was in development and that Ewan McGregor was returning as Obi-Wan in a Disney Plus show, that Unicron will be the big bad of the new series. Unicron? I know. Let's continue reading, with the first few movies building up to his arrival. Kind of like what we saw with THANOS in the MCU. It's unclear if we'll actually see him in the first outing, as again, Megatron will be the villain there. But it's possible that he could be teased. So what do you think about this, guys? When I read this article, I was like, what? We're going there again? And so soon? The dust has barely even settled. Unicron's horns are still sticking out of Earth, but we want to go there again. My mind was blown. Now I'm going to give you my full views and opinions of the details in this article, and there isn't really any concrete source here, so I would say that you should take this all with a pinch of salt, but it is very interesting nonetheless. We get a few details about Megatron, now we're talking about Unicron, and the rumour mill is beginning to get into full swing. So let me continue reading before I give you my views and opinions, and please do jump in the comment section and have your say. Is this good or is this bad? But let me keep reading. Of course, the character has made an appearance in Transformers The Last Knight, where his head was shown sticking out of Earth. It was implied that Earth itself may be the planetary form of Unicron. But that storyline ultimately went nowhere, and with the reboot, this take on the villain will no doubt be retconned. And finally, I'm going to read you the last extract of this article because I think it's pretty interesting. If Unicron's role in the new Transformers movies aligns with Thanos in the MCU though, then the first few films in the series might have the Transformers contend with Decepticons who are under orders from Unicron, preparing Earth for the arrival of the planet-sized menace. Chalk that up as speculation for now, but in any case, it'll be interesting to see how the reboot distinguishes itself from the original live action films that brought the Transformers franchise out of 80s obscurity and into the new millennium, and whether Unicron manages to match up to the level of universal villainy that Thanos has set the standard for. So there you go, and first and foremost I want to get your views and opinions in the comment section below. Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? Or should Paramount and Hasbro just stay well away from the planet-sized villain? Have your say in the comments. Now, you know, the Transformers fan in me wants to see Unicron a part of the Transformers live action universe, but I didn't particularly agree with the way he was delivered under Michael Bay. I thought it was rushed, and the only outcome for that story was that it was going to be messy with the fact that he was going to rise from Earth. I just couldn't see how that would have worked out. So I do think Unicron can be a villain the level of Thanos without a doubt, but it is how he is delivered into this live action universe which will really define that. It needs to be done gradually, it needs to be done over time, and yes, of course, I really do want to see him involved, but I don't want it done to the detriment of the Transformer. I want them to take their time and deliver Unicron with the respect that he deserves, because there's been so many instances in the past in live action movies where they haven't shown huge villains the respect that they deserve, and it just feels like a quick win. We saw that with Michael Bay in Transformers The Last Knight. When he delivered Unicron, it was rushed. We've seen that in Batman vs Superman, where they dropped in Doomsday. That is a massive villain. He shouldn't be just dropped in like that, and I don't want that to happen to Unicron again. So they need to take their time, introduce him gradually, and he could be a Thanos-esque villain for Transformers. That's quite exciting to think about. But anyway, have your say. What do you think about the details in this video? How would you do it? I don't want Megatron coming down to Earth saying that he's working for Unicron. No, no, no. Megatron reports to nobody. Maybe he has to do a deal with Unicron that we find out in time over other movies. Maybe it's teased at the end of the Bumblebee buddy movie. But I simply don't want him arriving saying, "We are here reporting on behalf of Unicron." Don't go there. Don't be so obvious. Don't do that. But have your say. Let me know your views. It's good to be talking about Transformers again. But for now, please rate, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you later.